absolutely one of the best.
John Davis True Crime.
John Davis True Crime.
John Davis doing what true crimers do.
John Davis True Crime.
John Davis.
John Davis True Crime.
Mr. John Davis. John Davis True Crime.
John Davis True Crime.
This guy John Davis.
John Davis True Crime.
John Davis True Crime. Maybe that's where I've heard that name before.
John Davis True Crime.
John Davis, and it's good to see you, John. How are you?
John Davis True Crime.
John Davis True.
Hey, John Davis.
John Davis.
John Davis True Crime.
John Davis True Crime kicks butt.
Tune in and watch John Davis True Crime. You will love it. It's one of the best channels on YouTube. Tune in. It's John Davis True Crime.
Good morning. Good morning. Got us a lively bunch here this morning. It's Friday. Feeling a good vibe. In case y'all missed it, apparently Lip Lock No More yesterday in her live stream kicked out JDTC's own member, Suzette Brown, apparently for no reason. So things are a little bit tense here in chat. I don't know why Lip Lock's picking on people, but it won't be the first time she's done it. Good morning, Burnt Dirt, Suzette Brown, Sally Carson, Nisalum. Which way are we going with it now? Nisalum? Y'all two need to calm that down. In case you ain't noticed, I guess I'm going to have to point it out since y'all are acting up. No drama zone. Don't bring that mess around here. I'm taking Lip Lock must have just said hi and bugged, because there ain't no way she's kept quiet this long. So I guess we can have the roast of Lip Lock this morning. She checked in. Now she's doing something else. Common Sense 101. P. Allen Girl. Queen of Love. Nisalum. Sally Carson. She's walking her dog. Yeah. Dog's probably walking her little 4'11" ass. Unless it's a poodle, I'd say the dog's walking lip locked at this point. Or she's riding it. She might be like with a saddle and stuff. That came out wrong. Thank God it's Friday. Apologize. Brandy ain't here to keep me straight this morning. I think she's in hair and makeup probably at this stage. I couldn't be positive. She should join us shortly, I feel. I got that I just realized I've been playing with my StreamYard. And I just realized you can play video in the background and stuff. So I didn't have time to get much ready. That's the Sebastian video that the law enforcement saying ain't nothing to it. It's the trash people, all that. I still wonder if that ain't a piece of evidence that leaked its way out. That'd be so wild, wouldn't it? That's why they're playing it off so much. That's conspiracy theory stuff. I don't want to press that. I had something else too. Check this out. This is my JLR weekly bit I was going to start doing. This was going to be episode 1. JLR is at Area 51. I swear to God, JLR was in like 6 states the other day in a 24-hour period. It's amazing. I'd love to see what he's pulling in the frequent flyer, because he is a man on a mission. Don and Can must be happy everyone forgot Summer. I don't think everyone's forgot her. It's just there's nothing new. You know, I keep her right beside me every show. I don't forget about it. Trust me, ever. But I don't want to make people rock stars that have nothing to do with Summer's situation by talking about them constantly. And I think that's kind of what it's got to be for the Wells. It's just a popularity thing. I think they feed off of it. You know. Big facts, John. JLR is a man of many states. Man, he gets around, don't he? I tell you, he seems awful suspicious of the Uvalde folk, too. If you was here yesterday, remember we talked about the, I think I still got it, the big Uvalde Foundation message. We are now 100% convinced that the family of Sebastian Rogers knows far more than has been revealed publicly. We are also now equally convinced that recent developments indicate answers to be revealed soon. Uvalde Foundation for Kids, UvaldeFoundation.com, Seth Rogers, blah, blah, blah. I thought that was just the oddest thing ever. I seen JLR looked into it. He seems to, his opinion is they're kind of fishy. That's a hell of a statement, the foundation to come out with, in my opinion. It's just like, what was the one? We just seen that in another situation. Oh, the United Cajun Navy, like how they acted. It's wild that these foundations have people controlling them that do this wild stuff, because that's a big thing, that statement for them to put out. Is it not? I don't know. I'm confused by it all. But I tell you what, we are going to we're going to take calls on any of it. Anything we've discussed this week, we can take calls on today. There's our number, 540-358-1101. Something happened this week we didn't cover, and you were like, hey, did you not know that blah, blah, blah? Want to tell us about some news break? You got something fresh you want to share? Call line is open. So did they raise a bunch of money or not? See, I don't know. I didn't get into that. I did see since you brought that up. Let me see. I may have to add it. I'm not sure about that, though. To be honest, I know if you go to their site, I don't know how you would ever track donations really accurately unless people were just admitting to it. I don't know how you would come up with that, you know? Now, I know they're all set up to take donations. But I don't know how you could say. And I'm sure, there's a lot of people, good people out there that want to help out. I'm sure they donate. It's weird though. The statement they put out is just so. Why would you do that? Why would you want to draw? It's so weird, that statement. I was almost thinking it was a slip and something's going to pop like right any second when it first come up. Like maybe they accidentally released something that was just groundbreaking. All right, we got us a call.
To accept, press 1.
Hello?
Good morning. Is this John Davis?
Yes, ma'am. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. This is after people. I'm in your chat somewhat sometimes. Wanted to call in and talk to you a little bit about, don't know if you had heard any of the information we put out the other day on GP Estate. We did some new video research on Katie. Apparently, if you take and dial back to 2008, 2009, Katie's mother, one Sharon Payne, Sharon Cornell, is in prison for the demise or unaliving of one Landon Payne. Not out here searching. She is very afraid of the death threat. Maybe people are aware of that. Why nobody has brought this to light? Does it not establish a past pattern of neglect? And how do you feel about that, John?
Now run that by me again. Her mother did what?
Her mother is currently serving 49 years in penitentiary for unaliving her 4-year-old nephew, one Landon Payne, whom she and her husband had taken custody of while her brother was in the penitentiary for fraud. Katie Payne Proudfoot was also charged with aiding and abetting to the child abuse and neglect against this child. When I say abuse and neglect, I mean as far as putting hot sauce on this child's diaper, hanging him from hooks so they could sleep, drugging him. There's so many charges there's so many things torture-wise that were done while she had custody of her. Katie lived in this house with her mother and her husband at the time. Now, what I'm curious about is, A, why has this not been brought out? B, did Seth know about this when he got involved with her? And the charges were reduced, and later she went into the Navy, which was right all about the same time happening. You not heard any of this?
Are you sure you have the right person?
I would not be on your phone line if I did not know what I was talking about.
Because a lot of people are saying it's not the same.
Continue with one tick. You've got a moderator in your chat right now named Suzette. Suzette.
Okay.
Look down at Suzette and ask Suzette if background people would get on your panel without a receipt.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, everybody can make a mistake, though. It's happened. I mean, what is the
mistake came in wherein Katie's mother was a child. Her brother's name that she took custody of, his name was Clinton. And let's see here. Let me find out exactly. I think that the charges were reduced and dropped in 2009 on Katie, round about the time that she enlisted. Not long after that, she came up pregnant with Sebastian. And yes, if you Google search Katie Payne Proudfoot and you do your Indeed search, your been verified, all your little search sites that you know people do.
Yeah.
You will see that this actually did take place, that Katie Proudfoot is the one and same Katie Payne Proudfoot that was charged in aiding and abetting in the neglect and unloving of her cousin, her mother's nephew, in 2009. The baby's name was Landon, Landon Payne, Payne. I did a whole video on it the other day. Tried to about on Dippy Escape.
Who did the video?
It's under Dippy Escape.
Oh, okay.
And we did it the other day. We do have the receipt. The documentation has been found. Sharon Cornell is Katie. It is the same person. They're saying that there's a couple of years difference in them.
Yeah.
What that comes into play, though, is, back when you're a kid, you want to go to clubbing, you may have an alternate ID with a different age on it. But both Katies came up to the current address where they are staying at the 1008. Also, same mother, everything. Only thing's different, a couple of years in age, which could have been something as simple as a. But if you research into it, I'm not telling you to take my word for it. I'm just telling you I wouldn't come up here and state this, without having the receipts where we have been doing. This is not something that we popped out overnight. This is something that we poured into 3 weeks worth of research into, trying to find out, because it was all just weird to me of how everybody was throwing Seth's parents under the bus, Chris' parents out there, but you never heard about Katie's mother, right? Never really heard anything about Katie's parents, right?
Yeah, I mean, if that's correct, that's some wild stuff. This long without that being talked about.
Go to Google now and look out Landon Payne, and you will see the little boy that I'm talking about. The case I'm talking about. His daddy was Sharon Cornell's sister, who is Katie Proudfoot or Katie Payne Proudfoot's mother.
We'll definitely look into it. I don't have time. I'm not going to fact check everything right here. That'll take a while.
Yeah, I want you to pull your own receipt. I didn't mean right this second. I just meant pull your own receipt and delve into not being talked about enough. Katie's been put up there as she is a victim. She's afraid. She's scared. I don't see how she could be so afraid when she took that much part in the unaliving of that child with her mother back in 2009. And they're all over the map. They moved state to state.
Who's talking about?
Katie Proudfoot. Yeah, I'll definitely check it out.
Yeah, and talk to Suzette about it. She knows what the research that we put into it over the last few weeks. It's mind-blowing to say the least, but no, I wouldn't call into your show if I did not have the receipts for what I'm saying. She can actually give you the receipts. She's in the chat that we have all the information in. But yes, they are one and the same. If you even just get Google search Katie Payne and Katie Payne Proudfoot, it will come up telling you that Katie Proudfoot is one Katie Payne who was in the Landon Payne case back in 2009, who currently has a son missing in Hendersonville, Tennessee. So just do a little thorough checking into that. See what you come up with. I'd love to collaborate on it and hear back and see what you get out of it. But yeah, it is her mother, Sharon Cornell. I believe it's Purnell.
Yeah.
I can see that to forward you the mugshot and picture, whatever, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I'll get her to send it to me. I'll check it out and we'll.
Well, you asked for something new, so I thought I'd say something new.
Well, that's definitely something new.
Yeah, that's true. That's crazy.
Yeah.
You got to find it odd that every parent in the just has been about, except Katie's mother.
Usually
when a girl has a missing child or any kind of big event in her life, they usually run to their mothers. I mean, you're going to have cases where they don't, of course. Not all mothers and daughters get along. But for the most part, with something that detrimental happening in your life, your mother comes on scene, even if you don't like your mother and she loves you.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
So is her mom still in jail?
Yes, currently under a 49-year prison sentence.
Wow.
That's wild.
Yes, it is. Did a little research into it. But yeah, y'all thought you wanted something new, so I thought I'd throw you a little bit of something new out there.
Well, definitely. Thanks for calling.
Have a great day.
You too. Wow. It's a lot. It's a lot for the first call. Damn, I wasn't ready for all that.
Half say it's her, then half don't.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of chat has heard this and seem to think it's not accurate. And I'm not saying one way or the other. We'll check into it and see what we see.
You think news media would already have?
But damn, if her mom and all that has happened and the news media has not mentioned that is shocking.
Or Seth, he'd blow it out there, wouldn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Seth ain't mentioned that. That's a red flag now, because he's mentioned a lot. You would think he would have brought that up. Well, hell, her mom's in prison for.
Yeah.
She was. We'll see. I don't know. And if she was in the military,
I did hear that.
everybody said she was in the military. If she got this charge for, I don't know. We'll see.
That makes her more of a suspect. I think that really happened.
I'll put the email address out. We'll get back to this Monday, and I'll let everybody send me whatever they got to back up or proof that it's not. Either way, you want to weigh in to the email, right?
Mm-hmm. On your phone?
Yeah. My phone will not ring. I don't know what it is. It'll flash, but it won't ring. I don't think so, man. I've checked it many a times. There's the damn email. There's the email. If you got evidence,
send it there.
Send it to us. We'll check it out. I tell you though, that's wild. If that's true, that is wild, ain't it?
Yeah, and that needs to be
seen where they were speculating the other day that they think that they said that when a kid has autism, usually one of the parents does, and they think Katie might.
Oh yeah, I think it's hereditary.
And it could be some of where she don't seem to show much emotion.
Yeah.
Has anybody else heard that?
People are different how they handle stress too, and show their feelings and emotions. So that might be true. It could be hereditary.
I don't know. I've kind of seen her emotional though. We played that thing last night. She was crying.
Yeah.
It was like that new cop show. I can't remember the name of it now, but on patrol, there was a little segment of Sebastian, and she was on it.
Yeah, I listened to it.
Played it for you last night. I'd never seen that. Had you? I tell you what, he's got tons of media.
Yeah.
Has he not?
That's a good thing, definitely. And some of the other cases don't get no media. It's not fair. Rather, I think they should have.
I tell you what, while we're waiting, I'm not going to go into details, but there's some sick people out there that this girl, she's still missing, Whitney Hatfield. I've brought this up quite a few times.
That's what I was talking about. She don't get no media hardly.
She don't get no media attention. She should be getting a lot. And there's people they're saying things to the family. Very disturbing stuff. And that is is a prime example of the work of social media. Nobody wants to help, give it any attention, spread the word, none of that. But there's people willing to mess with the family and say just some off the wall, out of the way stuff. It's disgusting.
I see that in a lot of cases. People do that. I think I don't know. People are just rude. It makes them feel good doing that to people.
This girl right here has been, now it was March 7th, so a month and 12 days.
We haven't heard anything.
Almost a month and a half. She left a note, and I'm telling you, about the way the note sounds and all that, I honestly feel like somebody has groomed her into some kind of wild story, and she's believing it. She in her note, she says she's going to contact the family. She says you'll hear from her. Now, it's been 6 weeks and not a word.
I think she probably meant that, but maybe somebody's stopping her for contacting them, They'll tell you what you want to hear until they get you, and control you.
See, when people contact them, though, I think I think they want to believe stuff too,
Yeah, any kind of lead, maybe hope. You want to have hope. I think she's still out there. I really do.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good thing. I think she's still out there.
I think she's still out there too, and I think if it got tons of attention, I guarantee you, somebody would probably recognize her.
Yeah. It needs to be out there a lot more than it is. I've noticed you have too, like the kid is, and if it's a scenario of runaway, they just swipe it to the side. You don't hear a lot about it, which that shouldn't be.
Well, think about this. They don't know for sure that somebody didn't contact Sebastian over social media, and it's what happened to him.
Right.
How is this any different than if that was the scenario?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
She's 16 years old. She got promised a bunch of wild stuff to leave her grandma's, and nobody's seen her since. She says in her notes, so she had planned on reaching out, and she ain't reached. To me, that girl's in danger. She needs to be, there needs to be something happening. I don't know what.
I think she could be found too if they really looked into the case. Law enforcement.
There's got to be some kind of digital footprint or something somewhere, some way to find out.
So that's how she's contacting somebody. It was
had to be
on that phone somehow. Either like Snapchat. You said probably not Facebook, but even Messenger, or the where you get a free number and text back and forth. I don't know if you can track those. I need to look into that also. But my feeling, we have a 16-year-old. He still feels like our baby.
Yeah.
So, all my kids are, no matter how old they are. But
it's wild. There's not more attention on it, though. I think if her picture got put out enough, somebody might know where she's at.
Yeah.
At least,
got taken advantage of, I think, and groomed. I don't know. It's sad.
It's awful that there ain't more people willing to hit to.
Yeah,
I don't know how there's not a crime involved when a minor leaves with somebody and you don't know where they're at. How is that not being investigated thoroughly?
How much media did Riley String get? Tons. And he's over the age of 18. He's an adult.
Yeah.
It don't make sense, does it?
It doesn't make a sense of how.
And it's weird. Her case.
I think what's wrong here is her case is a runaway, and to me, it's an abduction.
Yeah, I agree.
To me, it's an abduction when you take a child from their guardian and don't tell them where you're going, anything,
Yeah.
no communication to nothing. How is that not an abduction? But people aren't interested in that.
Mm-mm. Sad. There's a lot of cases like that, I'm sure, that we don't even hear about. There are so many kids that go missing every year. Probably just like a small percentage we know about on media, on social media.
Thing is, most of them are found though.
Yeah.
In the end,
Yeah.
you know, maybe I don't know.
If y'all are on other people's lives and stuff, mention it. You know, maybe people don't know about her case to get it out there more. We ran across it on, or John did on TikTok, right? There's a TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I could see how her parent or her grandma.
You can tell her grandma and Aunt are good people, you know, and grandma, she's a good lady, works the night shift, trying to do her best with you know, a 16-year-old, and she just disappears on her. And you know, it would be so nice for her grandma not to have to worry anymore, to know where this girl is.
Even if she just call them and let them know she's okay, you know.
I would hope if she sees it, she would just call, you know, nothing else. Just let her grandma know she's okay. But I just have a hard time believing this person, this great, outstanding person, good things for her, would sneak and take her behind her grandma's back.
Yeah, that's great.
And that's what that was. That was sneaking and taking her. Hey, you walk down here to where there's no cameras or no shit like that, and I'll pick you up. They didn't even pick her up from the house. Got her to walk away from the house to a good isolated spot and picked her up. And that's not an abduction. My ass. You know?
Mm-hmm. Just think if she was 3-4 years younger, it would be totally different, I think, you know. It might have more focus on it.
Fortunately, there's a sea of these disappearance cases, which was also the case before the internet, but back then we only heard about the most prominent cases and not about the rest.
Yep. And everybody deserves to have a lot of attention on their case.
Yeah, we sure do. I really hope though something happens and
yeah, me too.
Her grandma finds out
where she is.
Where she's
okay. But people need to leave them alone too.
Yeah, they do.
Rude and nasty.
It's disgusting. Nobody wants to talk about the case, but they're willing to contact the family and give them some shit. And that's, you know, you hear Don and Candace talk a lot about how social media has been to them, but I mean, they're like that to everybody apparently.
Yeah.
You know, why you would give this family any grief knowing if you knew the situation is beyond me. 100%.
Yeah, it don't make sense. Pouring the rain.
We ain't gonna have no callers today, and I didn't even plan a show.
It's sad.
Day.
Like if I had a missing child and their case is not getting any attention, you know, that's awful.
Oh, I do have something feel good I wanted to share with y'all.
Somebody call in. Somebody needs to say something.
I think this is so where's it at, damn it? I think this is me and Brandy in about 30 years.
Her parents have been married for 63 years, and after her mom was diagnosed with cancer and trying on wigs, his daughter told him to be encouraging, but they had fun with it.
Oh, look at that. I don't believe I lied. You know, you look like Willie Nelson. No, honey, we got to get a different.
Her parents.
Wasn't that the greatest thing?
I've seen that yet.
You can tell he loved his wife, man. But he was like, "Oh, honey, we can do better than that." You look like Willie Nelson.
That's funny. I seen another one. They were fertilizing the yard, and the wife was riding the golf cart, and he was in the back pulling that little thing. They were bitching. It was on TikTok. It was funny. They were, oh man, just been mean to each other.
That's so sweet, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
She said, "Honey, you look like Willie Nelson." She did too, look like Willie with his braids. I thought that was the best thing I'd seen. That was heartwarming.
He's trying to be nice.
Yeah, you can tell too. He didn't want to hurt her feelings, but wasn't having the Willie Nelson. No, I ain't sleeping with Willie. That'd be us. So I'd tell you, wouldn't I? If you look like Willie.
I want you to tell me.
You wouldn't want it to be a secret, would you?
No.
Oh, I thought that was great. I don't know what else to go to after that.
Might call in.
Was there something about? Oh shit! I'm sorry. Sorry.
Any new stuff? I don't know. I was looking around. I don't see anything.
I talked yesterday about the Riley situation. I thought that was wild that he had texted the mom about his drink tasting funny.
Yeah, that is weird.
Tina said, "I have a pic of Riley dressed as Willie." That's funny. You have to send that to me. I'd like to see that. So scary. We're Summer. I hope she's found her poor grandma.
Oh no. Okay.
What you got?
Body of two, the moms that were murdered in Kansas, they were actually buried on land of one of the people leased. So it's one of their land.
Didn't say which one it was. One of the four.
Yeah, I was reading it. I just seen that.
Buried them on their own leased property. I seen where Brian Enton though on Newsweek, since you brought that up. We're talking about Jillian Kelly and what was the other lady's name?
Jillian Veronica.
Hold on. I think I got their names.
Let's see which one.
Veronica Butler and Jillian Kelly. These two ladies. They're saying that where they found their bodies was on leased property. I know that Brian Enton from News Nation was on it, right? Oh, we got a phone call finally. All right. Suzette, how's it going?
Good morning, John and Brandy.
Good morning. I'm good.
You gonna lay it out?
I thought I'd lighten it up. Did y'all hear about the 13-year-old that took off with her 5-year-old brother and
oh yeah.
Oh, it's some type of SUV.
Stole a car.
I mean, they found them there at home, but yeah, I don't know what happened. That 13-year-old, she just drove off with him.
I heard that.
I heard about that, but I didn't realize it was her little brother.
Well, after they found them, I seen it on TikTok where they said it was her brother.
That's hilarious. They were okay?
Yeah, they were okay. They're back home, but I don't know what the situation was. I don't know if Mama made her mad and she was just like, I'm going to take Kenley out of here. I don't know.
Weird, is it?
That's wild. A 13-year-old did that good driving, ain't it?
Yeah.
Because they was...
Well, didn't they found the vehicle before they found the kids. So they had got out of the vehicle. I don't know where they found them, but they had found the vehicle before they found the kids. So I don't know if she just ended up like, I don't really know how to drive. Let me just pull over. I don't know what happened.
I'd love to see follow up on that and understand why she did it. The story of why she stole her little brother and ran away in the SUV.
It wasn't funny at the time because it happened, not far from me. So I had got the Amber Alert. I was like, oh my God. But then, after they were found safe and everything, it is funny that, the 13-year-old took off with him.
Yeah.
See, I never, until you told me just now, I didn't know that's how it ended. But I seen where people were reporting it, and they was reporting that a 13-year-old had taken a 5-year-old, but they didn't make it out like rape or anything.
Yeah.
No, they were saying kidnap, which I guess she did kidnap him, like she took him, but it was her brother. But yeah, it came across 13-year-old kidnapped 5-year-old.
I want to say I seen it on JLR, possibly.
Maybe, yeah.
It probably was. They were in, I think, close to Montgomery, but the tags on the vehicle were Mississippi tags. So it was kind of crazy.
You don't reckon she drove from Mississippi, do you?
God, I hope not.
I don't. Maybe the vehicle just was somebody else's, or they just hadn't changed the tag over. I really don't know. That I would love some follow up on it too.
That's weird.
I don't think at 13 I would have got too far before being pulled over or wrecked, probably.
A lot of people were like a 13-year-old, but I'm like, well, if you live in the country, you'll let you drive. I let my kids drive on back dirt roads and stuff, try to teach them a little bit, because when you live in the boonies, you don't never know what's going to happen. I try to teach my kids as soon as I could.
Yeah.
Well, easy.
That's how I learned to drive, too.
You ain't talking to a couple of yuppies, Suzette. We've been to the boonies. I was driving my granny's riding lawnmower when I was 6. Solo.
I mean, my kids drove dirt bikes and 4-wheelers, and, we let them drive down the dirt road and stuff just to give them a little experience and stuff, because
yeah,
but driving on the back road with my dad
country folk.
at 12. I used to drive when I was younger. That's how I learned to drive.
Yeah.
My buddy lived beside this older gentleman, and the guy only had one leg, and he couldn't drive anymore. Well, my buddy used to go over and bring coal in for him to keep his fire going. So he let my buddy drive him around when we was like 12.
Oh, Lord.
We would take this. We drove like an hour and a half away on trips at 12. And dude would go in the store for us and get us near beers.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's crazy, but I mean, especially like up there where y'all know how country folks be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but anyways, I just thought that was after it ended good. It is funny.
Yeah, it's nice to have a good ending, ain't it? Happy ending.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Happy ending. We don't get too many of those, so I like it when they're happy endings. But I just thought I'd call and lighten it up a little bit with that. The 13-year-old, she done run off with the 5-year-old, but they did find them, and they're fine.
Well, thanks for the update. I would have probably never seen that.
Yeah, no problem. I'm going to get back down here and chat, and maybe somebody else will call in.
Okay, thank you.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Maybe she was fighting with her parents instead of, or something, and ran off with the brother.
I wonder how many other people had heard of that. It's funny that we had seen that too, ain't it?
She cared for her brother, took her brother with her. Didn't want to leave him there. You want to go for a ride? Sure.
I got the idea, though, that was like from the city. I didn't think that was you reckon that's what it was? Something as simple as they lived out in the boonies and it was.
Oh, I don't know. I think it was in the city too. I don't know.
At first, they didn't mention it was her brother, so we were confused why she would kidnap a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
I was too, man. I thought that was so strange.
She probably won't get charged. So young. That might be joyriding or something like that. They call it.
Well, it's good sound okay and didn't have a accident.
Yeah, that would be awful.
Apparently, she did a pretty decent job.
There's a kid on Dr. Phil. He used to do that all the time, steal vehicles, and he was very young, like 12, 13, something like that.
Yeah.
I remember.
All the hoodlums on Dr. Phil. Like, oh, what's her name? Baby. What? Bad Baby.
She had a baby. That's the one I was talking about.
Oh, man.
Yeah, she had a kid, y'all.
She made it out like the ranch was Guantanamo Bay or something.
Yeah, she got.
I know. And it made me kind of feel bad because I always pulled for Dr. Phil to send them to the ranch.
Mm-hmm.
You knew it was coming on a lot of them, didn't you?
Yep.
Catch me outside.
There you go.
Yeah.
How about that? Catch me outside.
I couldn't help but when she kept saying that to think, boy, I wish somebody would catch her outside and just not say nice stuff.
My kid would never act like that. I'm sorry.
Yeah. She stole like the producer's car or some shit while they were filming. Wasn't that her?
I don't remember.
Maybe it was a different one. I don't know. Dr. Phil has had some troubled teen-ons in the day. Probably people you'll soon see other stories about.
Yeah.
I still can't get over the Dr. Phil about the it was two kids. I want to say they were like 3 and 5 or 2 and 4 around there. And they had died in their mother's custody. And she was trying to say it was from vaccinations.
Oh, yeah. It was not a lot of time in between either, both of them.
And Dr. Well, we'll hook you up with that polygraph. And she's like, yes, I'll take it. I'll do it. And then she talked to her hubby and she was like, hubby didn't think it was a good idea. He didn't think he should take one.
Because he probably helped or he did it.
Y'all ever see that?
Stepdad.
I wish I could remember their names. I did see an update to it, though, where like after the show, they had been arrested for like selling alcohol illegally or something wild in a different county after that had happened. It was a weird charge. It was like, I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, that was, I don't know, crazy case.
2 kids, the 2 siblings, I want to say it was like, was it even a year apart? I don't remember.
Yeah, they were real close together.
But they were both like, it seemed like it would have been too old for a SIDS thing. And then to have it twice, it was like there was a lot of question as to how that could happen. As far as I know, to this day, I'm assuming they've never figured out how that happened.
And they probably didn't get charged with it.
Got away with it.
She shouldn't be allowed kids. Really. What's the odds of vaccinations? You know, killing one of your kids.
What's the odds of it killing 2?
Yeah, that's crazy.
And see, I think that the boyfriend or whatever, stepdad, whatever he was, had pumped that into her.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm in and out of chat today. I'm having calls with the detective in Pine Bluff discussing a missing boy here. Floyd Allen is his name, Arkansas.
Huh.
Google Floyd Allen real quick. See what that's all about. My youngest son and I went on a backpacking trip in Asia a couple years ago and had to use like 7 different SIMs. It was a pain in the bum. Backpacking in East Asia?
Wow. crazy.
Man, next time you go, if me and Brandy ain't doing nothing, holler at us.
There's my phone, y'all.
I don't know if I'd be up for backpacking. I want to go see the pyramids. Thank you, Lip Lock No More. Shared Northeast Arkansas. Holly Go Lively, John Davis True Crime. Got to run, but came by to say hi and give a thumbs up. Everybody else hit that thumbs up.
Is he 12? Yeah, I think it's maybe. I've never heard of that case.
12 years old.
That's what that said. But I don't see nothing else on it.
Floyd Allen, 12, Pine Bluff.
Is that it? Oh,
12 March 2023. Is that
yeah, there it is.
Sorry, I didn't mean to derail the topic. There wasn't much of a topic anyway.
I haven't heard about that case for some reason. It's the first I've seen. Have you heard of it?
What was the name again?
Floyd Allen.
Floyd Allen. No, it happened March 12th.
Yeah.
Wow, that's been a month and a week. There's so many right now, ain't there?
Yeah, I was trying to see.
And little Elisha's case, it don't seem like anything ever comes out on it. You know?
Yeah, I don't think we'll find anything unless one of them cracks tells us where he is, you know.
Yeah, I don't see that. I don't see one of the two in the Elijah. Well, I don't know. They might turn on each other. There is a chance of that.
Yeah, it'd be nice. Okay.
John Davis True Crime. This child isn't getting any attention. 2023, not 2024.
Oh. Wow.
So he's been missing over a year then.
And we never even heard of him.
And today is the first time I've ever heard about him.
If there's anything else about him. There's not a lot even on the internet. Couple articles. Huh. There's a TikTok post.
Yes, sir.
That's about all I see.
There's no news article.
I didn't see anything. I'm probably doing something wrong, go.
Floyd Allen.
That's crazy. Poor little Floyd Allen, 12-year-old, missing.
That's wild that he's been missing a month. I've
Or a year.
never seen nothing.
A year, right?
Or yeah,
Over a year.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy. There's not a lot either.
There's not.
That's weird.
I tell you what, Lip Lock, I'll look at if you make a post, I'll share it or something to help out. If you got one,
go ahead.
I'll go check, and if you got one, I'll share it.
Another case been looked over, I'm assuming.
That's awful. It's been a year he's been missing, and I had never heard of him till today.
Nope. That's what I'm saying. There's so many kids we don't even know about. But it's not in the media that goes missing.
Oh. Yeah. I would say it would be hard to keep up if you did 2-3 a week. You'd probably never even put a dent in new cases, you know?
Yeah.
I tell you though, I'm a big into the statistics.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not rare for a child to go missing. It's rare for a child to stay missing.
Mm-hmm.
And usually like ones that hit a month or two, it seems like to me at that time they start getting a little bit more coverage if they're going to take off.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. A lot of them's like custody disputes and with, you know, the other parents sometimes.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
And that skews the stats a lot on a lot of this stuff because when you got missing kids, it's often bunched in with custody disputes. A huge majority of the time, for some reason, even when it's a parent of the child, it's still in that same category as missing kids. They don't have no clue what happened to the child, and it screws the stats up a lot, you know.
Yep.
But it does point out a lot of interesting stuff too. Like, it seems it's a well-known fact that the longer it is, the worse your odds are, and so often it's 1 in a million. You know, after so long, seems like there's a big curve around 3 months to where that's just the cutoff of possibility. So a little info on Floyd that I don't even have his birth date yet.
Yeah, there's nothing hardly. I looked it up.
Each creator would pick one kid and research it to get correct info out instead of all running with the same kid. They all could get exposure, in my opinion. I'm going to start doing once a week where I do it. We do our show now every morning, 9 a.m. One day a week. We're going to make it up in case you haven't heard.
Yeah.
Or at least new to us. And that would be a lot over a year if I managed to do that.
Yeah.
A ton. You know, the only thing is it's really hard to talk about some of these cases, like what Lip Lock's running into on this, and what we're seeing is finding any information. Like poor Whitney Hatfield's case, there is nothing I've seen online article about it, anything. No local news coverage, nothing. Some of this, there's just no, I don't know how to, there's nowhere to go.
Right.
All you can start doing then is trying to contact people on Facebook, and that's so hard to get
people to respond back to you.
Yeah, on Facebook. Thank you, Suzette Brown.
Oh, thank you, Suzette.
But it's rough. That's really rough if you can't find his birthday.
Right.
I've got sent like a couple of cases, and I've tried to do stuff for people, but when you can't, there's nothing else on it. And I tell you what, you got to be careful because there is fake shit out there too.
Yeah.
I'm not going to mention who it was, but a while back, a certain creator ran with one that she didn't investigate. It turned out it was a scam.
Yeah, it wasn't real.
The whole thing was made up, and what they were doing was they was what a lot of cases get confused of. They was just making money off of it. There wasn't no victim, nothing, but somehow they had managed to get people to donate.
Yeah, crazy.
Ain't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I've had Jillian Kelly and them up forever. I wish we had a picture of Floyd Allen. I put it up. We'll make sure we have one Monday.
Yeah, I seen one. That's all.
Haven't seen I'll tell you what, Googling it just now, nothing come up for me. Man, my computer is running slow. I'm gonna have to do a reset over the weekend.
Yeah, you do it. Everybody, like, thumbs up.
Get that thumbs up.
Yeah, get ready to leave. It helps.
Oh, check this out. I seen this the other day. This was the prices at McDonald's at one time. Big Mac meal, $2.99.
Let's go back to that time.
2 cheeseburger, $2.99. What can you get for $2.99 at McDonald's right now?
McChicken or a cheeseburger or a double cheeseburger, maybe that's about all.
Those were the good old days, wasn't it? Look, supersize that thing, 39 cents. So a supersized Big Mac meal. What is the price tonight? Under $3.50.
That's a deal and a half.
That's $10, $12 now, ain't it?
Yep. Y'all remember 29 cent and 39 cent, like cheeseburger, hamburger? I used to do that. Remember? A long time ago. McDonald's.
Oh, those were the good old days, wasn't they?
Yeah. Now we take our family to McDonald's, $30.
Jesse said fries are $2.99. LOL.
Crazy?
Ain't that wild?
Mm-hmm.
I miss the good old days.
And prices don't have to be that high.
What's
Really?
about as easy as we can get by at McDonald's?
Probably like $25, $20. If we had cheap, 20, maybe 25.
I remember when I used to be able to take a woman out on
$10.
$10. We had a dollar movie theater in town, and you could go to Wendy's and get Biggie everything for 99 cents.
Yeah, $1 for everything. I think.
Even have like a buck left over for gas. Chip in on gas.
Yeah, it's awful now.
Floyd Allen picture in link. I added JDTC. Oh, I can't do nothing with that right now.
What's that in the blue?
Burnt Dirt.
Oh, thank you, Burnt Dirt.
Burnt Dirt helps us out, man. She's got the links to all this stuff.
You go, girl. You help us out a lot.
She found us the topic for Weird Wednesday. You got any ideas for Weird Wednesdays too? You can send to my
Weird cases or stuff like that. Even weird.
Wednesdays was super weird, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I loved dollar movies. Y'all had that too?
We had it. Sometimes they weren't like new releases. Sometimes they, it's ones that's been out for a while, but still, it's a deal.
Right now, currently, there's no movie theater within an hour of us.
They shut ours down at the mall.
I'm telling you, it's like people don't do nothing anymore.
Stay at home.
That's it.
Like our kids don't have hardly nothing to do. I'm scared the mall's gonna shut down because every time you go, there's hardly no stores.
Yeah. It's starting to get weird at the mall when like people's grandma has their yard sale in one of the stores.
Yeah. That's about it. Yep.
Back in my day, the mall had a store flourishing in every one of the locations. There was a bridge and a wishing well.
Oh, it was nice. They took that out for some reason.
Can't even have a wishing well anymore. It's like when you walk into it, it almost looks like some apocalyptic shit. Nothing. Like one in every four stores maybe is in business.
That's ridiculous, isn't it? We even had a pet store. We don't even have that now.
No pet store.
We had a couple, 2, 3 shoe stores or 4, probably more than that.
Yeah, it's like for us to buy something, it's not really an option. It has to be off Amazon almost if it's not something you can get at Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
I doubt it.
Or the mall, yeah.
But there ain't shit at the mall no more.
JCPenney's and Belk and American Eagle.
The detective's clerk just called me. Get this. Floyd Allen has been located and is back at home with his family. Law enforcement doesn't know why Floyd is still on the missing site.
Oh, my God.
WTF.
Wow.
See, Liplock, you cracked it yourself, girl. Good job.
You solved that case within 10 minutes. Good girl.
Liplock will be making her a video now. I solved the Floyd Allen case. I found him. He was at home.
See, not good communication there.
All in the span of one live stream.
She solved the case.
The case is over.
Well, maybe you can find another one.
I bet Burnt Dirt wants to kick you right in the butt, Liplock. She found the link to the picture, and the case has been solved.
Well,
Burnt Dirt said, LMAO, you got me running around like a chicken with my head cut off. She was on it too.
Well, that's good. He was saying.
Yeah, awesome news. Hey, it's turned into Feel Good Friday, ain't it?
Mm-hmm. Yep. That child was found.
Liplock said, I've been working on this for 2 weeks.
No way.
How long ago was he found, Liplock? It's been longer than 2 weeks, I bet, ain't it?
Probably a year. All right.
Did you find out how long? Before we wrap up Feel Good Friday. How long ago was he found, Liplock? Oh, I can't hear you. Oh, I was walking my dog right after I said that. My favorite is Hungry Jacks. Do you have Hungry Jacks in the States? My granddaughter works at McDonald's and gets half price for herself.
No, we don't have Hungry Jacks. Do we?
Are they asking if we have pancakes
No, that's
at our McDonald's?
my restaurant.
Do you have Hungry Jacks in the States? My granddaughter works at McDonald's and gets half price for herself. If Hungry Jacks is a restaurant, no.
If it's pancakes, yes.
Lip Lock said they wouldn't tell me anything else. Wow. This has been a rough case for Lip Lock, ain't it?
Yeah, it's okay.
Oh, Burnt Dirt gifted one John Davis True Crime membership.
Oh,
who's the lucky winner?
You know, I'm crap.
Brandy, vigilant as ever, will be right with us on who that is.
I just come to the show, not prepared, y'all. Michelle Caudill. Is that Caudill?
Michelle Caudill.
Oh, I got it right. Woohoo!
Thank you, Burnt Dirt.
That was nice of you. So much appreciated.
Well, Feel Good Friday turned out to be Feel Good Friday.
We solved the case.
Solved a case. Helped Lip Lock solve a case. And what else was good? Oh, yeah. The 13-year-old turned out was the little brother she had swiped. Yeah. And they were found safe.
Woohoo. We'll
take a win anytime we can get one around the true crime community. We will be back bright and early, 9 a.m. Monday morning with a wrap up of this week ongoings, whatever goes down. We're going to be on top of it. And see you guys Monday morning, 9 a.m. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thanks, everybody, for coming. Don't be skimpy on hitting that thumbs up. Mm-hmm. It does help. Yeah. And to all the replay crew,
thank you.
Thank you. See you guys Monday.